So let's see where we finished. Okay. Let's listen.
Hi, it's Emily. You know, I've been watching a lot of soccer lately. I've watched 3 matches on TV so far, and I've even gone to a few games. Have been watching is the present perfect continuous. Have watched and have gone are the present perfect. Let's compare these two verb forms.
Let's please read.
Okay. We often use the present perfect to talk about something that was completed at some time in the past, but not at a specific time. With the present perfect, we are focusing on the completion and result of an action. Talia, have you found out Jackie's schedule? In the exam, Talia wants to know about the result of Amy's search.
Continue, please.
We often use the present perfect continuous to talk about something that happened in the past and is still happening. With the present perfect continuous, we are focusing on the continuation of an action. Amy, she's been sitting in the lounge for about 10 minutes. In the example, Amy means that Jackie is still sitting in the lounge.
3 and 4.
We often use the present perfect to talk about amounts, how much, how many, and how many times. We have read 3 books in Professor Roberts' class. We often use the present perfect continuous to talk about how long. I've been studying journalism for about 6 months. Sometimes, okay. Sometimes you can use either the present perfect or the present perfect continuous with verbs such as live, work, study, play, take, or teach with for or since. There is often no difference in meaning between the present perfect and the present perfect continuous. Amy has studied journalism since last year, or Amy has been studying journalism since last year. These 2 sentences have the same meaning.
Great. Okay. So, here we use the present perfect to talk about something that was completed at some point in the past, but not specific. Like, I don't know. I've read that book. Or I've visited China. Here you have 2 examples of things that happened in the past, but we are not saying when. Okay? Can you please create 2 sentences like this?
Okay. It always have, right, teacher?
Will have or has.
Okay. I have watched a movie.
Okay, great. Another one.
I visit Santa Cruz.
Like this?
I have visited Santa Cruz City.
Okay, yes, great job. Uh, okay, so here you have two sentences that are talking about something that happened in the past, not very specifically though. The present perfect is well, when you use the present perfect continuous, you talk about something that happened in the past and it's still happening right now. We are focusing on the continuation of the action. In this case, I don't know. I've started or I have been reading that book for 3 months. Or I have been watching that movie for 2 hours. So these are things that started in the past, like this. I've been reading a book for 3 months. You started to read 3 months ago, and now you're still reading the book. And here again, I have been watching that movie for 2 hours. That means that you started to watch the movie 2 hours ago, and you're still watching the movie.
Okay.
It's happening until right now. Okay, can you please create two sentences?
Yeah. Uh, I've been uh, I've been driving uh, for 1 hour.
Great. Another one?
Uh, uh, I- I've been taking classes uh, mm, for 1 week. Can be like that?
Yes, yes, it can be like that. So you refer to I have been, right? I've been.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah,
Okay,
I have
yes.
been.
Okay, great, great job. Okay, good job. So I think you're understanding. You're still taking classes and you're still driving. Okay, so we use the present perfect to talk about amounts. How much, how many, and how many times. So when you talk about amounts, like how many times, how many, or how much, then you use the present perfect. I've I have just mm, hair. I have repaired 3 cars. In this case, somebody who repairs cars could say that. Or I have or he has mm, he has written 3 novels. Because we're talking about here how many, how much, and how many times. He's he's visited uh I don't know, Panama 4 times. Okay, so here you're talking about how many times. And you can also use the present perfect continuous. We often use the present perfect continuous to talk about how long, like you did here. I have been taking, I don't know, English classes for 1 week. You can also use since in any of this. You can say, I have been taking English classes since, not science, since, let's say June. So the difference is that when you use for, you need to use a length of time. But when you use since, you need to use a point in time when everything started.
Okay.
Or I could say like, I don't know. We've been living with the pandemic, with the, let's say with the coronavirus since 2020. Okay, so here you're talking about a point in time. Any question with 3 and 4, maybe?
No, no, teacher. Thank
Okay, great. So you can use the present perfect or the present perfect continuous with these 8 verbs. I'm sorry, 6 verbs. So with live, work, study, play, take, and teach. With any of these 6 words, 6 verbs, you can use either the present perfect or the present perfect continuous. It's I've lived in, let's say, in Cochabamba for 10 years. Or you could say I've been living in Cochabamba for 10 years. So these two are equal because live is one of these 6 verbs. So you can use the present perfect or the present perfect continuous. So both are really like the same thing. You're trying to say the same thing.
you. Okay.
Or you could say, I have been working, let's say or I've worked in, let's say, in Embol for 5 years. Or I have been working 5 years. Either of them really has the same meaning with all of these verbs, 6 verbs. I don't know if you've got any questions until here.
No, teacher. Thank you.
Excellent.
It's clear.
Okay, great. Let's move on then. Okay, we're going to see embedded questions. Let's listen.
Hi. Today we're going to look at embedded WH and yes/no questions. I don't know if you've already studied them. Do you know how we form them? We're going to talk about that too.
Can you please read?
An embedded question is a question that's inside another sentence. Amy, what do you mean? Amy, I know what you mean. What you mean is embedded question. Embedded WH questions begin with a question word. When does the class begin? Can you tell me when the class begins?
Great, let's continue, please.
Embedded questions, embedded yes/no questions begin with if. Is she there? Do you know if she's there? Notice that we use statement word order, not question order, in embedded questions. Where is she? Is she there?
Great, let's continue, please.
We don't use a form of the auxiliary verb do in the embedded question. What do you mean? We do not say, I know what do you mean, or I know what do mean. Does she have an agent? We do not say, I wonder does she have an agent, or I wonder she does have an agent. You can have an embedded question inside a statement or inside another question. When the embedded question is in a statement, use a period at the end of the sentence. I know what you want. When the embedded question is in a question, use a question mark at the end of the sentence. Can you tell me what you want?
Great. Okay, so here we're gonna see embedded questions. So embedded questions, you know them. I'm wondering if you know the meaning of embedded.
Uh, mm, no, teacher.
No?
Or
Okay.
is, o sea,
What?
I don't know, is inside another sentence, a
Yes,
question inside
exactly.
another question.
Yes, exactly. Very well. Okay, so yes, that's the meaning of embedded. That's something inside another thing. Is implanted. Okay, so let's see. You have some I'll give you here some introductory phrases. I wonder, could you tell me, do you know, can you remember? Let's ask, we need to find out. I'd like to know. I'm not sure. Would you mind explaining? All of them, you can begin a sentence with all of embedded question with all of them. Okay, so like the question could be, I don't know, where do you work? Or why is he sad? Let's work on these two with these two. Okay, so the first one. I wonder where you work. Okay, so here you change this embedded question uh, to where you work. I wonder where you work. Could you tell me where you work? But the difference here is that because the introductory phrase, could you tell me, is a question, then you need to add this question mark at the end. When you say I wonder, that's not a question. So you need to put a period at the end. Do you know is also a question. So then you would need a question mark. Can you remember? Again. So the same for the rest. If there is like a sentence here, you need to put a period here because this is a sentence. Let's ask. But can you remember is a question. So for the second one, why is he sad? We need to find out why he is sad. I'm changing that. If you see, instead of why is he, the embedded question is why he is. So you change that. I'd like to know why he is sad. I'm not sure why he's sad. Would you mind explaining why is he sad? Okay, so I don't know if you understand this.
Yeah, teacher. Just in the last one, will you mind explaining why is he sad? We changed the order again. Like,
I'm sorry, why he's sad? No, you're. I'm sorry, why he is sad? Okay, no, we don't change the order like the
okay.
rest. Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Okay, so there you go. It's like embedded questions and with WH. Any other question, maybe?
No, no, teacher.
Okay, great. So let's continue. Then you have embedded yes no questions. So when you have a yes no question, like I don't know, a yes no question is like, I don't know, are you Roberto? That's a yes no question. If I didn't
Okay,
know you, I could ask, are you Roberto? You could say yes or no, right?
right.
Or are you from Cochabamba? Or is he like a soccer player? These are yes no questions. So if you want to transform these yes no questions to embedded questions, then you need to add if.
If.
I wonder if you are Roberto. Could you tell me if you are from Cochabamba? Or do you know if he is a soccer player? Okay, so I'm using the same introductory phrases here as and here, but what I'm changing is the question, the embedded question. So if it's a yes no question, you use if.
Okay.
Is there any question maybe?
No, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So finally, uh, well, here they say you can have an embedded questions inside a statement or inside another question. When the embedded question is inside a statement, we use a period at the end of the sentence. That's what I told you before. I know what you want, and then you have a period. Or if the embedded question is in a question, then you use a question mark. Like, can you tell me? And then you need to use a question mark here. Again, here, I wonder, it's a period, or could you tell me? We use a question mark. And we don't usually use the verb do uh in the meta question. We never use actually. So when you ask, I don't know, where does he work? Or does he own a car? You then say, I wonder where he works, or I wonder if he owns a car. Because this is a yes no question, right? Does he own a car? Yes or no? That's why you need to use if. But the thing is that does disappears and the s comes to the main verb.
Okay.
Okay, any questions maybe?
No, teacher. It's all clear.
Okay, so let's work on this exercises right now. Please tell me when you're finished.
Okay. Okay, teacher.
Okay, let's review. Okay, so here you have. Where are you going to call the building manager? I have been calling him 3 times today, but he's never there. If you remember, when we have the number of times, what do we use? Remember how many, how much, how many times?
How many?
Yeah, but when we use when we're trying to say how many times, how many, how much, what do we use? The present perfect or the present perfect continuous?
The present perfect.
Yeah, it's the present perfect, not the continuous one. Let's see, I'll show you. I'll show you. Mm, here it is. We often use the present perfect when we talk about amounts. Remember how much, how many times,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Right.
So in this case, 3 times, that means I have called you without the being. Okay. And that one, how many acting classes have you taken? Again, this is the same thing. We're talking about how many, right? How many? So because we're asking about how many, you need to use have you taken?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's
Okay.
why the answer is how many have you taken? Yes. Okay. No, you've been living. Ha,
Have you?
have you been living?
And
You need to use the present perfect. Have you lived or have you been living? Uh, you could use either of them. But here, like a question, huh? Like a statement.
yeah.
What what did you do before you became an actor? I no. Why has it's have? I have been doing. I have done. I have done. Why has? I have done. I have done a lot of different jobs in my life. I've driven, not drived. Driven, because that's the past part is both drive. Uh, I have worn, not have been wearing. Okay. Any questions, maybe?
No, teacher. I have. I was confused with have and have. Instead of that, I typed has.
Yes, but has is for he and she, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, here you have 100. And here you have 63. Let's see. Do you know if they accept credit card? If they accept credit card, it's correct, but the only mistake here is it's cards. Not card, yes. But yes, it was correct. I can't remember when did they open. When they, what's the past of the simple past of open?
Opening.
Yes, open. Exactly. You need like an ed here. When they open. Can you find out if there is a lunch? Oh, again, the same mistake. It's lunch, not lunch. Okay, but the rest was fine. Okay, I think that you understood very well this part. The other one, some problems, but this part at least you understood it well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's finish here. I'm gonna do the poll and I'll see you on Monday.
Okay, teacher.